Matt here, welcome to Nan's Place. A lot of people ask me, what is Nan's Place? What do you do here? And first and foremost, it's what we believe in and what we stand for here. So kindness, compassion, inclusivity, that is involving the community, creativity, and then the sort of the edginess and surprise of creating things that are very different. And I think people also ask, where did the name come from? What's Nan's Place? And in England, Nan is grandma, and I think as kids we hopefully have that place that we go to that's safe and secure. And for me, that was my Nan's house, and I'd go there, could be who I wanted to be. And my Nan stood for the community, worked for Oxfam, worked for the local church, and that was her priority in life. So as I was filling out the paperwork, when I started this place, it was, hey, we're going to call it Nan's Place. And then fell in love with this outside here and to try and embrace nature. We've got some of the oldest trees in Central Florida, certainly in Maitland here, and that brings a lot of beauty, a lot of shade, and an opportunity for us to embrace nature here as well. Day to day, this is an art studio. It's a vegan art studio, which makes it easy for food and beverage, but trying to make it, whether it's furniture or paints or glues, everything we buy, we're having that level of curiosity to make sure that we're using products that avoid any harm to humans and animals alike. So first and foremost, an art studio where I create both for mental health and also to create pieces of work that hopefully inspire. Also work with other artists, doing some projects with Damon DeWitt at the moment, very talented artist, because sometimes I have the ideas, but I don't have the ability to execute. From a liberal perspective is more for me around the space and the people. I'd spent so many times going to art studios that kind of force you to look at the art. They may be in spaces that are uncomfortable, and you're forced to look at the art, or at best you look at the art and maybe you feel a bit dumb, or you're not ready to look at the art at that time. So art for me is this space. It is the people that congregate here who believe in our community. And from there we can start talking about food and beverage and music and lighting and nature, and then physical art, and that all encompassing to me is the genesis of art and Nan's Place. Collaborating in general is very important to me, and to create those types of themes. I think one of the most meaningful events we did was a French-themed event around Les Mis, and it was bringing different genres of music together, but it was also making sure the wine, working with the Eola General, and food, working with Dixie Dharma, and the artwork was all ingrained in that particular theme for the event. But I think most important was trying to think creatively around ticket sales. So I never want to exclude anyone from being able to come to see art and to experience events. So for that particular event, we did a buy ticket, give a ticket theme. So half the people paid twice as much, and that meant that we could give tickets away to people in the community, whether postmen or teachers, or people who have done a lot of community service and worked closely with the Maitland city to identify some of those people. So that then helps eliminate those barriers, right? We can't fight issues if everyone looks the same or is part of the same demographic. So that was probably one of the most important events. And obviously then COVID hit, and some of those projects are now being pushed to 2021. We're doing same type of theme, but around English Garden Party. We're going to be doing an event around Moby, doing some other poetry events in the same realm as that as well. And now trying to get Nan's Place online, doing Nan's Place Raw, which is a podcast, and then Nan's Place Online, bringing some of these experiences virtually, which is completely out of my element. It's not something I generally enjoy. Don't like picking up the computer or the phone, so I've been a bit of a lagger in this, but excited. Nan's Place on Wednesdays is really around education, a strong sense of community, and it's really bringing people together to first learn about issues that are happening. So we've done events on human trafficking, we've done on immigration, We've actually had local Maitland residents who have come from Turkey or Pakistan and had remarkable stories of survival, and I think it's been very inspiring to hear their stories. And then also, what do those stories mean as it relates to maybe Pakistani and Turkish food and drink and music and some of their culture. So Wednesdays has been running for the last several months and is strictly on education. But there's also this activism side of that. What I found is we've identified interconnected issues around what seem like very different topics. So what does animal rights and slaughterhouse workers got to do with human trafficking? Well, they're very related, and that's led to great conversations. And then some people from those groups have said, you know what, I don't just want to learn about this, I want to do something about it. So then it becomes, okay, what can we do about these types of issues on a local level, maybe not on a national level as well. So Wednesdays has kept that discipline. Tuesdays, we actually do a anti-social hour. It's been going on for a few weeks now, and it's just a silent hour. I think we all have so much hustle and bustle in our life, and it's a time I set up chairs. You RSVP, but you come in, and there's only one rule, and you don't speak. You can draw, you can paint, you can sleep, you can meditate, but it's just a time before maybe you finish work and you go home just to decompress. So that's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and then Saturdays have been turning into some of these more creative type collaboration events. And as I move online, that's going to be more of a focus for Nan's Place. You can find me on Instagram at Nan's Place Maitland. Not very active on Facebook, so mainly on Instagram. As much as we wanted to do good at Nan's Place and have this level of creativity and dialogue, obviously safety is first and foremost here, and what I didn't want to do was continue to create, and creative minds can keep doing that without understanding, okay, what are the risks here? So each week we modify based on the current COVID situation, but we're taking temperatures at the door. We set up seating that is at least 6 feet apart. Mask wearing is mandated unless you are seated, and also limiting a certain amount of people. And that's in turn created more intimate settings. So currently we're at a max capacity of just 30 people. And so those are things we take seriously, and to the extent that we wouldn't follow through with that, we wouldn't continue on with the events. Part of the genesis of Nan's Place, part of the vision, was actually for me to get out of the house and work on some of my childhood dreams of creating certain types of arts or experiences for people. I don't necessarily want to create things that have already been done here. It's a place that where people can come and say, listen, I've never been on stage before, but I really want to play the guitar, or I really want to build a 20-foot table and I haven't been able to have the bandwidth or the confidence to do it. Well, come to this safe place. We're non-judging, and we love to collaborate through that. I always get the inspiration from the community. I want the community to help determine what this place will become, and I encourage all feedback.